He's alive! He's alive! Biden has been spotted for the first time in days after rumors were swirling that he died. And folks, last night over on X, go follow me over there if you haven't already. The internet was just going crazy. X was going crazy with rumors that Biden was in hospice and he wasn't going to make it through the night. There's a lot of information coming in that he's actually doing not so good. I mean, his brother was speaking about spending Biden's last days with him, his remaining time that he has left. We're getting, a lot of rumors coming in that Biden is just not doing so well. I don't know if he's going to make it through the rest of his term or not. But of course, the big news right now is that Biden dropped out of the race. But I don't think enough people realize that Biden didn't drop out. Biden got forced out. Let's not forget that Biden said that nothing was going to stop him from running, that the Lord Almighty himself was the only thing that can stop him. Do you think that he just changed his tune overnight? No, he got fake sick. They threw him into isolation and they got him out of there. And just think about how crazy that really is. Honestly, I don't really like Joe Biden, but I felt myself kind of feeling worried or bad for him just because I'm still a human, and we don't need to lose our humanity in all of this madness. So part of me kind of felt bad for the guy, because when you really look at this whole situation that's playing out, folks, they tried to take out Trump. It didn't work. Now they have successfully taken out Biden. And I say they have taken out Biden for a reason. Did you hear what Nancy Pelosi said to Biden? She told Biden, basically, long story short, for lack of better words, that this could go the easy way or that this could go the hard way. Basically, hey, Biden, you can go ahead and step down yourself, or this can go the hard way. Now, what did you think she meant by this could go the hard way? I don't want to, reach too far here, but I mean, they did just try to take out Trump, a little over a week ago. So if they tried to take out Trump in front of a crowd of thousands of people, as the event was being live streamed and televised on the internet and on live television, what makes you think they won't do something to Biden behind the scenes? Because I know we're so wrapped up in the Democrats and the Republicans and the right and the left, and I get it, I really do. But at the end of the day, there's obviously other powers behind the scenes that are pulling the strings. Biden was nothing more than a puppet, and now they want to replace him with a new puppet. They want a brand new toy that they can control. But I don't think we should, allow all of this. I don't think we should allow the mainstream media to gloss over the fact that they just totally turned on Biden, ripped him apart, stabbed him in the back, and kind of threatened him. I really want to know what actually went down behind scenes. But let's go ahead and listen to this news clip, and then I'll be right back with more.
Ouster from the campaign actually engineered. Well, according to Politico, Nancy Pelosi made clear that the Bidens could do this the easy way or the hard way. She gave him 3 weeks of the easy way, and it was about to be the hard way. Joining us now, Rod Blagojevich, former governor of Illinois. Rod, good to see you tonight. Wow. This sounds like she made Biden an offer he couldn't refuse.
Well, it's funny, she's not from Chicago, but there's a lot of Chicago politics in what just happened to President Biden. Obama is an expert at it. He learned well. Both Obama and I came up in Chicago politics. I've known him since 1995. We rose up together, and then I was brought to ruin by that kind of politics. And it's the politics of lies. It's the politics of manipulation. It's the politics of backstabbing. And it all comes out of the back room. And, today's new Democrat political bosses are not the cigar-chomping guy with the pinky ring. They are now, impressive-looking, appealing people like Nancy Pelosi and Barack Obama, because they did this to him. There's no question about it. I know exactly what they did and how they did it, and I saw it coming weeks in advance. The only mistake I made was I thought Biden would have the fortitude and the backbone to resist that and not quit. But not everybody's like Donald Trump.
Yeah, what do you think they might have said to him. I mean, they've known the polls have been pretty grim for a long time. So I'm not buying we showed him a binder full of polls. I don't buy that. I think there was something else involved here. When the Obamas or the Pelosi, when they're involved, it's not as straightforward.
Well, whatever skeletons in the closet that Joe Biden has, and my suspicion is he's got closets full because he's been in politics and been in Washington since 1973. Pelosi knows them. Obama knows them. They vetted him. Obama's presidential campaign did. So they got all the dirt on Biden, and my guess is that that stuff was whispered to him, either directly or through third parties. It was probably whispered to Jill Biden, maybe even to the son. So on the one hand, they used the stick. On the other hand, they used the carrot. And the carrot is probably all kinds of things that they promised him if he agreed to quietly step out and get out of the way and get out of the race. And what they did basically, Laura, is they've committed a fraud on Democratic voters. They made suckers out of the 14 million Democrat primary voters who voted for Biden. This is another. Yes.
But Rod, I have to say, Kamala Harris, she came out today, shows up at Biden headquarters. This is what she said.
What kind of country do we want to live in? A country of freedom, compassion, and rule of law?
Yes!
Or a country of chaos, fear, and hate?
No!
Chaos, fear, and hate. Oh my God, that's painful. All right, so it's the same old. So it's the same. It's what Biden was saying, basically, right? It's no different. It's just she's going to be 60 on election day, and he would have been 81.
The Democrats today are the biggest hypocrites in American political history. This is the party that says they're running to save democracy, yet they weaponize the Department of Justice to go after Trump. And now Biden was thrown out of office, basically, essentially told not to run, being maneuvered by Obama in the back rooms and doing what they did to get him to step out and not run and disenfranchise the voters in the primaries who voted for him. They're the ones who are a threat to democracy, and this is among the reasons why it is critical for the American people to vote for President Trump to stop this, particularly the weaponization. And this is coming from a guy who was a Democrat and the first governor to endorse Obama back in 2008. We go way back together. And I know what's at stake here, and I know what they did to me, and I see what they're doing to Trump, and I see how they're lying to the American people.
And mostly the American people are the ones who are really going to suffer if this thing goes forward.
Like I said earlier, I don't really like the guy. I'm not going to lose sleep over it, but it's kind of messed up when you think about it, and it's kind of scary. They intimidated an 80-something-year-old man and forced him to step away. And who knows what they threatened him with? Did they threaten to do the same thing to him like what they tried to do to Donald Trump? Or we know they probably got a lot of stuff on Biden. I mean, it's not even a probably. We know they got a lot of stuff on Biden. So there's no telling what they hung over his head. But this should be a wake-up call. And if our country wasn't so divided, you know, the left and the right would come together and realize, wait, both of our nominees, you know, that there's the forces behind the scenes, okay? They just tried to take out both presidential nominees. The nominee for the Republican Party and the nominee for the Democratic Party within the span of about a week. And it went pretty successfully. Sure, Trump lived. I guess that didn't go according to plan. But, I mean, they're 1 for 2. They're 1 for 2. They got out Biden. But some good will come out of all of this as well, because I do believe that this has served as a huge wake-up call to a lot of people who weren't paying as much attention as us, or even people who were in the middle, undecided about how they actually feel about everything. I think that this is a wake-up call. I think this is showing people just how corrupt everything is. I think this is showing people that there are, you know, forces behind the scenes that are the ones that are really in power, and they're still desperately fighting for power. And the past week or so, we've seen how desperate they are to maintain that power. And they are willing to go to lengths that some of us weren't so sure that they would be willing to go. But now we know how far they're willing to go. And if they're willing to go this far, they're willing to go further. And there's still a lot of tricks they have up their sleeve that we have not seen them play yet. But for now, let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon. in the next video.